What are you afraid of? What brings fear into your heart? Recently, there has been a number of TV and newspaper ads inviting us to try the zip line or the high rope walk at Bristol Mountain. Well, that kind of adventure excites me about as much as walking into a field of tigers. But the root of my non-excitement is my fear of heights. I cannot place my lack of excitement on anything else. As beautiful as it may be, taking a ride on a high-wire zip line falls into my list of what I'm afraid of. We have been given a primacy of fear. It's part of our humanity. So it should be of no surprise that throughout the scriptures, throughout the Bible, we often hear the refrain, "Do not be afraid." Just a few scriptural examples of being encouraged not to be afraid. Mary is told in Luke, "Do not be afraid, you have found favor with God." In Matthew, Joseph hears, "Do not be afraid to take Mary, your wife, into your home." In Luke, the angels sing to the shepherds, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I proclaim to you good news of great joy." And again in Luke, the synagogue official who fears for his daughter, "Do not be afraid, just have faith." And Jesus says to his followers from Luke, "Do not be afraid any longer, little flock, for your Father is pleased to give you the kingdom." And to Peter in the Gospel of Luke, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you will be catching people." And after the Transfiguration, a feast that we celebrated last Sunday, as well as our 40th anniversary, Jesus says to Peter, James, and John, "Rise and do not be afraid." And finally, to the woman at the empty tomb on Easter morning, Jesus says, "Do not be afraid." Obviously, fear is real, but we should not allow it to overcome us. What is obviously acceptable is that we absolutely should believe and accept God's love for us. God's love is not just a concept, but it's a reality. It's part of who we are. It's part of our flesh. It's part of our faith life. It's part of our day-to-day life as human beings. Today's gospel graphically illustrates and symbolizes the experience of that sinking feeling we have when we realize that we are not in control of whatever the situation may be. We are drowning in an ocean of overwork or debt, or marital problems, or health issues, family conflicts, and the list of difficulties could go on and on. Where is Jesus when I need him? And we push the panic button. Being afraid does not come when we are facing problems. It also comes with the opportunities and challenges that we are entering into. In mid-June, in many places in our country, particularly in the Northeast, we honored our high school seniors. At that point, and for the last year or so, seniors are on the top of the pile. They are seniors. They know what it's all about. Now, within weeks, many of them have started jobs or working, or they're preparing to leave for college in Boston or Buffalo or Philly or other places, but they are entering into something foreign to them. So not only are they going into foreign territory, so to speak, but they will be also moving from the top of the heap as seniors to lowly freshmen. I know for a fact that some of them are admittedly afraid, and I'm relatively sure there are others who are unadmittedly afraid of what is coming or they've started to enter into. Having been there myself 57 years ago when I left for college in Alabama, I can understand the hesitancy. A little bit of being afraid isn't all that bad. A dozen years ago, Transfiguration took on the challenge to support the people of Alberti, El Salvador. And over the years, our Global Solidarity Committee has accepted other challenges as well. Over the years, St. Catherine's and Transfiguration have entered into projects in new areas of ministry with trepidation and some fear and some afraidness, if that's a word. Several people, including some of our teams, have traveled to missions, both local and far away, and despite their fears, have found the experience to be rich and rewarding. The parishes have much to be proud of for all they have accomplished. So, it's been worth the fear and the trepidation for the parish communities to grow. Just last weekend, Transfiguration celebrated their 40th anniversary, and St. Catherine's is entering into their 122nd year. Over the years, both parishes have faced many challenges from the very beginning. One is a small farm community in 1901. They depended on neighboring parishes to help them, especially with the supply of a priest. And the other parish, Transfiguration, faced the uncertainty that came with asking people to move from well-established parishes to this new entity that has been called Transfiguration for many years. Do not be afraid, or be not afraid, has been part of people's lives, including our faith life from the very beginning of time. It's just part of life. We can live with it and grow as a person, or be afraid and wither up, not becoming the fullness of what God is calling us to be. Which do you choose?